Hello, it's Patricia from Huntress Habits, and we're going to put together a card today using our Cuttlebug and an Anne Griffin's Laurel emblem frame, along with her inserts. These are really neat embossing plates that I happen to have gotten in a mystery box from CRICUT. We're also using some Sobo fabric glue. Craft and fabric glue, that is. This is a very good glue that dries clear, and it also has it's very low on impurities, and so that's why I use it. I'm sure there's some out there that are better or just as good, but I was turned on to that one by a professor years ago, and it's still around, so I use it. Okay, let's get started. Oh, I'm also using a tape runner by Elmer's. No big deal, any tape runner will do. And it is a permanent one, even though it doesn't say so on here, but I have been able to reposition when needed if I did it immediately. So, here we go. I've got a little dollop of glue. Instead of using it from the jar, I'm putting it over to the side. It'll be out of sight, and I'm applying it with a spatula that is actually a sculpture tool, clay tool. It has a pointy on this end that's also good for weeding. When I can't find my weeding tool, I only have a dozen over here. No, just a couple. And you see these a lot in other places, other parts instead of sculpted clay, and these will be very decorative. But this one is just wood, and I use it with clay. It washes real easy. It's got a varnish on it, and so very inexpensive to use. Okay, I'm getting a little choked up here. I'm sorry. I need a drink of water, I guess. Okay. The particular plate that we're using today, I got in my mystery box that I mentioned, and it's a beautiful design. It has a bow on the bottom. We're going to be embossing our paper, and I'll be showing you how to use this insert. The last card I made using this frame, I actually did the insert on the outside. I popped it up from the card and gave it this look. So now I'm going to show you how to put it underneath and give it a little bit different look. We're also going to be using a 2-layer bow that is in the Anne Griffin cartridges. Bows and Ribbons, I believe is the name of it, or Ribbons and Bows. And I laid this flower on top of it just to see how it looks, and it had a little bit of glue on it, so it stuck to it. So I guess it's meant for to stay with that one. Of course, I'll put a little bit more just to make sure, but we're gonna go ahead and use the big one on top of that bow. I will be including the pattern for these bows, which is found in CRICUT Access, in the Home for the Holidays, Spring and Summer, and I will have that number in the video where I show you how to put these together. Okay, I'm going to set that aside right now. When you get these plates, you also get some dies that are used to cut out, either to cut the paper like I did on this one, or to cut out like what we're going to do today. So let me show you, and let's just get started. Let me put that one over to the side so it doesn't get hurt. Now the first thing we're going to do, let's see, this is for, I'm trying to decide which colors. I've gone ahead and cut out my envelope and my card base using kind of bright colors because she's using sunflower. This is a for a wedding congratulations, best wishes type card. And she's using sunflowers, and that's why I went so bright with the base. And I've been trying to decide if I want, and we'll look at that in a minute, if I want this or this lighter green as the sentiment color. Okay, we're going to place this in our Cuttlebug, and it has edges here. If you look at these corners, this is a 5x7 piece, and you've got your embossed and your debossed, and of course I want the image to be raised. I may need to slice that off. It looks like it's been, no, it's okay. Okay, and so I want to place that in here just right, and we'll get that in just a second. Let me get my Cuttlebug going. I'm still new to the Cuttlebug world, but I love it. I haven't loved embossing for years, but I always did it by hand. And so now I'm doing it with a machine, and I just truly love it. Let me get my plates out of my box. I will need a B plate, another B plate, and in a moment I'll need the cutting one, so I'm going to set it over to the side here because I'll need it. Got an A plate, a B plate, and we're going to sandwich this frame in between, I think I get this right, in between the two B's. The C is more or less a spacer. Okay, I'll make sure I got that on there. You could always use some washi tape if you weren't sure if you got it exactly straight. And you want to make sure it stays that way. Okay, see, that's too thick. So I've got to take out a B plate. Let me check and make sure this is still in the right place. It did move just a little bit then. With these thicker folders, and I couldn't remember, you don't need that extra B plate or any other plates. Okay, so I'm going to zip that right through here. And I've gotten the habit of bringing them back through once they come out. You don't have to do that. It's just a habit that I have done. Okay, also now while it is still in your plate, you want to mark this area that we're going to cut out. And I'm doing that with just a pencil. I hope I marked it well. And yeah, I can see it. Okay, so we can take that out of there. We're going to cut this out with the die next. Okay, so I'm going to place this plate to the side, and I'm going to put my magnetic plate down on top of my A. Then I'm going to be using the cut plate, the one with all the scratches on it and the cuts. I'm going to put it down because I'm doing this opposite than what you normally would. Okay, then I'm taking my die and I'm placing it with the cutting edge down. Now this is where I'm going to need some washi tape. I want to get it right on that pencil mark. So I believe I've got it. Okay, and this is where, what happened to my washi tape? There it is. I don't have much. I'm not a big washi tape person. But when I need it, I want it. So I'm going to grab a little piece here. I'm probably off camera with my little collection. I wanted to make sure that it stays. Now, I do have the magnetic underneath it, and that will help, but because it's not directly down on that plastic, it could move just a little bit, so I'm just being cautious. See how I store my washi tape, because I don't have very much. Okay. Now we've got that all together. Everything's in place. See, the paper moved just then, and if I had not had that taped down, then I would have had to start from scratch, because I'm clumsy. My sandwich fell apart. The tomatoes fell out. Here lately, every hamburger we've gotten, the lettuce or the tomatoes fall out. I don't know what they're doing. Okay, run it back through. I don't have to. It's just been a habit now. Notice how my Cuttlebug, when it just moved, it moved my entire mat. And that's because there's a suction grip. When I place it up like this, then it undoes. It undoes, people. Okay, we're going to be embossing one more thing. So let's do that real quick while I've got all my plates out. We'll just stick this over to the side. And let's see. Oh, we need our floral plate. And this is where we need to decide, people. Okay, y'all help me. I may pick the wrong color since I can't hear you. That's obvious. Okay, don't need that magnetic plate anymore. Let's see which one looks better. Go ahead and pop it out. Oh, it tore. Well, I don't want to give them a tour. See, washi tape's not supposed to do that. That's why I'm not a big fan of washi tape. Right there. Oh, got to start over, people. That's okay. I'm not giving them a card like this. And I sure don't want to do it on that side. And I'm not sure if I have another green that color. I'll have to go with the soft green. And that may be why I made that mistake. Or maybe a beige. Okay. We're starting from scratch. I know, that's the reason y'all watch me, is so that you can watch me goof up. I'm not using that washi tape again. Okay, where's my plate? There's my plate. Put it directly on my A. Have I got the textured side up? No. Okay. Cuttlebug in position. Go. There. Sturdy. Okay, here we go. One more time. Okay, And you know what I did? I shouldn't have moved it. Okay, pencil mark. I heard somebody remind me. Okay, now we take away our folder and we're going to cut. Should I use a different washi tape than the one I did? Oh, the magnetic. Where's my magnetic? There it is. Let's use a different brand. Won't use quite as much. That still feels awful sticky. I think what I'm going to do is tack it up, blend it up some on my shirt so it's less sticky. See if that helps. And we're just going to use one piece. Now, where's my die? Here it is. Get it in position. Okay, the other B plate right here, and send it through. There we go. Now we're on a roll. Everything's good. That tape's going to come off good. Okay, we're not going to run it back through. We know it's cut. Okay, take this off. Very easy, gently. Did you notice I put it down here at the bottom? Because I knew I was putting a bow down here. So if it tore it again, that bow's going to be covered up. Yay. Okay. Save this for somewhere else down the line. Get rid of that tape. Okay, and we can put our die aside, because now all we have to do is emboss our sentiment. Sound like I said cinnamon. Sentiment. Notice I put these in little baggies because they're 2 parts. And, you know, I have my young ones, my grands that come over and tend to play with things. And so, if they get a hold of one, maybe they won't get lost that way. Take my magnetic out, grab my Cut-A-Bug folder again. My Anna Griffin folder. Now, let's see what side. This is the A side, so I put the A side and match the arrow right there. And I do the same thing with this side. That way I know I've got it correct. Okay, we're missing something. What are we missing? The color of paper. So, here's where I can make a change. I can use that color. Use that color. If I use that color, it's going to look as the same as the card base. And I'm using purple flowers, so I could go purple with this. See how that looks. You think that'd be too much? Where did my little bow go to? I set it aside. Is that going to be too much purple? She's using wine with her sunflower color. And my favorite color is purple, so that might be just right. And then the little purple flowers there. We don't need this big of a piece, so let me look in my little scrap box. I don't think I have one, but we're going to look. One that I haven't done something with already. Nope. Okay. We're going with the purple. We'll just use a whole sheet. A whole 5x7 sheet, that is. One more look. Okay, nope. Okay, but I don't have to use the whole sheet, so I'm going to turn it. Well, no, I can't do that in the Cuttlebug, but I can do this up at the top here. Okay, let's just make it a whole one. We're gonna do just a little bit different. I was just gonna do the sentiment, but we're gonna go ahead and emboss the whole thing. Okay, missing a sheet. There's one. You hear that cracking noise? That's totally normal. Everything cracks around here with Cuttlebug. But it's not breaking the machine, it's not breaking the plates. Okay, there we go. Okay. That's going to go right on top of there. Doesn't that look nice? Okay, here we go. Let's put this all aside. We've got everything embossed now. Put my scrap pieces up. I clean as I go most of the time. Not always, depends on if I'm in a hurry, and I'm in a hurry now since I messed that up. We got our time going. Okay, we've got to adhere this together, and we're going to do it with, you know, that purple really looks nice. Okay, we're going to do it with our tape. We're going to put a strip down this way, a strip this way, go around the edges. Okay, it's not perfect, but that's how you know that it was made with love. Okay, then we've got to glue this on and glue it together. Let's glue it together first. And here's where I apply my Soho. I've let it set maybe a little bit too long. Let's get it over here so I can clean it off if I get it. Now you can use a paintbrush, you could squeeze it out. Uh-oh! Well, this is just not my day. That's okay. Wash this right off. You'll never know it when it dries. Okay. Do you hear my chickens cackling? Either she's out there laying an egg, or she is wanting some worms. Probably should be doing this with a paintbrush like I normally would, but this is what I used with the little flowers in the video that I made for them, and so I just decided to go ahead and use it for this too. You know what glues you use are best for you. Now I'm going to place this on top. Have I got the right one going? Yeah. And it will dry clear. Won't be shiny. And I've still got glue somewhere, so let me clean that off. Okay, and now we've got to put it on the other side. And like I said, I've got to put just a little dab behind this flower to make sure it stays down good in transit, because it's going to travel, not by post office, but by person. Okay. Now this glue, if you let it sit out just for a little while, it gets a little tacky. And I like that myself. Of course, it's tacking to my finger and getting everywhere. Oh, just laugh with me today. A little bit more. Okay, now we'll put that ribbon on there. Okay, now where are my little flowers? Now I demonstrated and did you a little tutorial on how to make these little bitty flowers, and this one. See, we need 4 of them. You can cut them out with your CRICUT, and they are in CRICUT Design Space, and I think I gave that number in the video, instructional video for them. Okay, let's make sure. Not sure if I've got enough glue now. I bet I do. I'm putting them right in the space where there's already some flowers in the embossing. I like making these little flowers. It makes me concentrate, and when I focus on them, I forget about everything else that's going on. And isn't that why most of us craft? Besides the satisfaction of giving something that you made. Okay. How does that look? I'm not quite on camera, am I? I'm over here to the side. Sorry, guys. That just whole, you know, you're 62 years old, you make a mistake, you forget. Oh, I forgot I had the cinnamon on here. When I was cutting these out, I went ahead and put my cinnamon on the inside, let the CRICUT do the writing for me. Now all I have to do, which I'll always handwrite, is sign it here. And if I had been thinking about it, I would have addressed the envelope also. Now where's my, oh Lord, I am just bewildered, I guess, today. There's one. Okay, set that to the side. I guess that's why I was doing things to the side. Are we matched up? Okay, here we go. I want to make sure I get it on the right way. Now put the glue, the tape, and even though I haven't moved it, I'm still going to look again and make sure I'm getting this on the correct way. Okay, line it up, press it down. Oh, and I was going to emboss that. You know what I might do? I might just handwrite over it. We'll see. Got me. Yeah, I was going to emboss that. Oh well. Next time. Okay. Fold it this way, and I should be creasing while I fold. Goodness, I can't believe I forgot that step. Yes, I can believe it, because I forgot. I messed up with that tape. I should know better. I should follow my instincts always. Okay, that's the top flap. These are the sides flap, and this is the bottom flap. This is the one that's going to be taped down to this. Okay, I know what I'm going to do with that. Let's go ahead and finish this. We're going to tape it down here on our sides. And we're going to gelato that. Let me get them out. Let's pick a color. Let's see. That would go with the little centers. And I love silver and gold. Okay, y'all watch this. We're going to use the silver. Squeeze it up like you would a chapstick. And just lightly go over it. And because it's kind of like a crayon, it's going to have little bits on those edges. I'm going to take this sharp point and get rid of those. I don't want you to have to watch the top of my head, but I'm trying to see where they are. I could also take my finger or one of these makeup things and kind of brush some of that on here. Okay, there we go. We're done. And on that was a silver, but on that purple it kind of gives it a little bit, oh, need a little bit more here. Gives it a little bit of a green tint. It's picking up the green. There we go. We had a solution and didn't know it. I did that with these cards here, where I did it over the main embossing. I embossed, like this thank you is embossed with powder, and then I did the gelatos around here. So I've got to get all these in the mail and in their places. How does that look? We've got one more little thing here. Not bad for an old lady with shaky hands. So, have a great day, guys, and I'll see you in the next video. I think we're going to do a chalk couture video next. We'll see you then. Bye-bye.